Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here at my local hydroelectric power plant that I was mentioning in the last video. But today's topic is going to be the green car again. And I'm trying to keep this video short, so let's get started. So I bought this one in 2015, had it transported to Austria in 2016. For this 1 year I had it registered in Poland because having a car unregistered in Poland isn't allowed. So I had it registered for a year just to be on the safe side. And in the summer of 2016 I had it transported here to Austria. I used this car as my daily driver, and I bought it when it had a little over 19,000 kilometers on the odometer. Now it has roughly 32,000, which means that I drove it around 13,000 kilometers. Most of the driving is being done here in and around Linz, and the longest trip I've taken with the car was in the summer of 2019, or actually it was October 2019 when I was returning home from Poland. Over the summer it's been in Poland for some repairs, and then for the end of the summer I just drove it back. And it was a long trip, a 10-hour drive. As you expect from an old car, it wasn't the most comfortable drive, but in the end it was really worth it. I've always wanted to drive back with a Fiat 126P again, which I did a few years prior to that. I wanted to drive back at the end of the summer with my orange car, but due to the current health situation that wasn't possible, so I have postponed it for another time. But back to the green car. As I said, I drove it around 13,000 kilometers over the last 5.5 years. When I bought it, I paid 1,000 euros for it, which was way less than what I paid for my other car a few years prior to that. However, this one is far more reliable, or at least it seems so. Over the course of those 5.5 years, I had to invest very little money into it. I've had my annual inspections, my technical inspections, and each and every one of them was very good. Nothing major to report, and this is very satisfying. And it was built in 1994, and if you believe the rumors, then this was basically the last year that the cars had some kind of a durability to them. I've talked to a number of people, and they were telling me that starting with 1995 the cars had a very bad reliability in, well, considering corrosion. And as I never personally had one myself from 1995 or earlier, I can only rely on the opinions of the others, and this is very sad. But luckily for me, this is, as I said, a model from 1994. I didn't have and still don't have any problems with corrosion. Obviously the car is 26 years old, so a few spots of corrosion here and there are expected. And while I'm talking about corrosion, let me show you a few spots where I had some slight surface corrosion, but nothing major. So here on the back side of the car, you can clearly see that's been overpainted. It hasn't been done properly, but it's sufficient for now. Here I had some surface corrosion because I removed the rubber band that was originally on, which was originally on the EL models. I didn't like it, so I removed it. This was the first thing I did with the car, and I scratched a little bit of the paint, and therefore I had a little surface corrosion, which has been corrected. Not properly, but okay. You can see it clearly here on the doors as well. Well, on the door, on the few spots. But let's continue Oh, I see there's a stone chip, unfortunately. The sides of the car are very okay. This is a vital part. Luckily there's no corrosion there. So let's continue. Again, it's a little bit dirty. Here another stone chip, sorry, wrong finger. A stone chip here and there, but nothing too major. Clearly that's something that's frustrating, but in the winter quite normal. That's why I'm not driving my orange car. Here on the front at the windscreen there is a bigger corrosion thing that I have to take care in the not too distant future, so it doesn't turn out to be something major. Here on the other side of the car everything looks okay, so the car is basically in a good technical state. Here on the engine cover again there's a little bit of missing paint, but again nothing serious. So it is rather cold, so I'm going to jump into the car and continue just a little bit more and see you on the inside. So welcome back inside of the car. It's still warm from driving here, which is okay, but let's get back to the video. All in all, I am very happy for both of my cars, and I can't imagine not having them anymore. Obviously having old cars, old timers, however you want to put it, has its advantages and disadvantages. The clear disadvantages here is obviously driving a longer distance. Those cars are rather uncomfortable, pretty loud, very dangerous when you compare them to newer cars, because there is no power steering, no assist in braking, no line assist, no nothing, no well, basically nothing. It's just 4 wheels and the steering wheel and pedals, of course. But that's the thrill of driving older cars. I never thought about having a problem with the car, a technical problem or whatever could go wrong with an older car while driving farther away. I didn't think about it when I was driving home from Poland. I'm not thinking about it when I'm driving in and around Linz, whatever. I just experience the driving itself. It's fun, it's cool, and I like it the way it is. On the other hand, there are clear advantages, especially with my 2 cars. When I go into the city center, there are very few parking spaces, and wherever a regular car doesn't fit, I would fit with both of my cars, which is quite nice. Finding my car, for example, on a big parking space when I forgot exactly where I parked it is fairly easy, because both of cars are quite unique in comparison to newer cars. If you look at the majority of new cars, they look kinda very much alike. You could have problems differentiating between different BMW models, Volkswagen models, Audi models, because their shapes are very similar. Either one of my cars would be easy recognizable, so that's quite okay. And as they are unique, or kind of unique, and over the last 10 years here in Linz I've only seen maybe 3 or 4 other Fiat 126Ps. Unfortunately, I never managed to talk to the owners of those cars, which is rather unfortunately, because it would be very nice to hear their story, how they are satisfied with their cars, where do they go for technical inspections, where do they buy their spare parts. And that would be a discussion that I would be very much looking forward to, but it didn't happen. Maybe it will happen in the future, but whatever. I've been talking already too much, too long in this video again. So just to quickly summarize, I bought this car in 2015, had it transported to Austria in 2016. I've been driving it for around 13,000 kilometers in the last 5.5 years. It is not a lot, but I have 2 cars. I've had my annual technical inspections, all of them passed flawlessly. Only slight problems with corrosion that have been fixed. And it's a very reliable car, so here's hoping for another years without any problems. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.